When did this intersection of commercialization really hit you? Because, I mean, let's face facts, without commercialization, there's not a product, there's not a brand, there's not sales, so on and so forth. I mean, it's really the crux that all of those departments sit on.
Yes, yes. Well, I mean, we're in an environment where costs are rising intensely and salaries are changing and the businesses are facing a lot of pressure to to exist, quite frankly. And whether it's the cost of ingredients or media dollars that are increasing, marketers who are responsible for the P&L aren't seeing a lot of relief on the profitability. In fact, amidst those challenges are still tasked to grow profitability and drive sales while not being able to pass along those incremental costs in price to consumers. So it forces a conversation around what can be done internally to still meet the agenda, but in a more cost efficient and effective way so that costs can be reallocated from where they have historically been into key initiatives that will deliver against the KPIs.
I love everything that you've just said, and now I'm really interested in knowing, this incredible journey that you've been on. What was that epiphany that you had, and maybe which brand did you have it on when you said, "Yeah, I see the importance here of commercialization, and I want to dive headfirst into it, or feet first." That would be a really, really bad metaphor.
I would I would say there's been multiple epiphanies along the way. As I said, it's really kind of started with my own sense of preservation at Unilever, but even while I was at Sargento, there were opportunities to improve the stage gate process or cost management processes, but also to streamline conversations cross-functionally that ultimately free up resources and channel resources to the key priorities. This need to become commercially minded became exponentially more important when I started working in the natural food industry around 8 years ago. I moved from Wisconsin to Colorado to work at Boulder Brands. And these were challenger brands with, quite frankly, challenging budgets to work within and rising costs, again, to reach these very niche consumers. And it required efficiency, very deep strategic planning, close alignment with sales in order to get the results that we needed to see in the marketplace to drive sales. That learning only continued when I progressed into Hope Foods, which was another startup environment with really big goals and lean budgets.
Yeah. So where do you feel the big differences between, the ivory tower and the scrappy brands that are out there regarding the sophistication and the need for marketing and commercialization to be working more hand in glove? Are you seeing in those smaller CPGs that those titles might end up starting to be won? Or is there still going to be that line in the sand? Or maybe product and marketing or product and commercialization?
I think there's a really great opportunity for marketers to embrace commercial optimization, whether it's an independent role within the organization or whether it manifests from marketing. Marketing does work cross-functionally within most businesses and will experience some roadblocks to completing their agenda if they haven't developed the relationship with the cross-functional teams and also haven't spent time understanding what the core barriers are for those cross-functional teams as well to delivering against the KPIs of the
Right.
business. So when marketing understands the challenges cross-functionally, they're able to identify ways that they can modify their own behavior or optimize the system. And often marketing does have a leadership role and tends to be more vocal within an organization and can be strong advocates for change. And when they lead that change and guide that change, they have an opportunity to create break down silos within an organization, but also build trust within the organization that marketing can lead things in a way that's ultimately going to better everyone. All ships will rise.
Right. And it all ties back to that strategic plan, right?